Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. It's Birds of a Feather Podcast with your boy Q City.
Your boy Taj Bravado.
And we are back again with episode 96. 2 steps forward, 1 back. Real reticent of what actually went down versus the 49ers on Sunday night, another primetime game. We're going to get into the game. We're going to get into what's going on next week versus the Dolphins, getting into some team news as well. Closing on in division, and then anything that y'all got for ATL, y'all can hit the chat with on the live stream, or as always, hit us up on all socials at BOAF Media. So the Falcons lost 20-10 on Sunday night in San Francisco. Shared some quick thoughts on my live after the game. Obviously, Taj wasn't available, but he's here now. Like I promised, we was gonna really get into the meat of why I think things went wrong in this game. But let's start it off, Taj. What did you see specifically?
I'm gonna start with the fact. I mean, we're gonna start here. The Niners, they were just more physical than us, and they were better coached. Straight up, flat out. Ain't no sugarcoating that. Now I'm gonna go on to the defense. Couldn't stop the run. CMC.
Now I will say yes, we couldn't quote unquote stop the run, but I don't think our defense necessarily played a bad game considering what our offense was doing.
Yeah. No, they didn't play bad. It's just they couldn't stop the run. Like CMC did what he wanted to do for the most part. The defense still, we held Mac Jones to 150. We made them not want to throw the ball, so they leaned heavily on the run, and it did just enough because I mean, like.
Timely conversions. I think overall their total offense was like 302 or something. It was almost nothing.
Yeah, I think that this is the first time we gave over 300 yards of total offense. So, took 7 weeks to get here, but hey, but we had some mental errors on defense that are very uncharacteristic. Like we had 12 men on the field and then 10 men on the field in the same drive. How does that happen?
I think that was so the 12 men on the field was an illegal substitution because CMC went off the field and I think they went to match up. He didn't exit the field, but I think he went to match up, and then they called a switch for Brian Robinson Jr. to come back off the field. That should have been an illegal substitution, but neither one touched the huddle, and CMC didn't actually hit the end line. So like, all right, maybe it's not a legal substitution. It was real frustrating, but I think that switch is what caused the 12 men on the field. The 10 men on the field, I can't explain it.
Yeah, because you gave up, especially on a 3rd and 13. Like,
yeah,
you got to have that. And Diablo getting hurt changed everything. Yeah, JD Bertrand, you ain't
definitely wanting to get into that. He's been one of your at all, and that's not on no mean stuff. It's just you are a special teams player, right? Just completely honest. I got a side question, and I'm doing this live. I probably should have asked you at a different point. Am I doing free promo right now with the hat?
It's a hat. It's a hat.
What you think?
It's a hat.
I just like it.
I don't be thinking about.
I'm gonna get an Atlanta hat, but yeah. Back to the Diablo point. Back to the Diablo point. You've been one of his biggest supporters in how he has flowed and made the defense really like brought that unit together, right? And I think early in the game, it was a 2nd down play, or was it a 3rd down play? It might have been a 3rd down play. Yes, because it forced their first punt, where CMC wasn't able to get the first down because Diablo chased him to the sideline on a reception, right?
Yeah.
That same play, they ran the exact same formation, the exact same out to the sideline on like a 2nd down later in the game. CMC broke it for like 15 yards, right? And it's just like that little piece, right? Where it's like not having him in the game to force CMC out, right? because the pass rush was still there on the play. Mac Jones didn't have a comfortable night. He had a high completion percentage, but I think that's more of a function of like how the offense was being called and the safe throws they were kind of making available for him. I'm not going to take away from the fact that he did convert on a good bit of third downs off his arm, right? It wasn't all CMC converting on third down, but like it's not like he had a prolific or comfortable night by any stretch of the imagination. I think Diablo getting hurt, yeah, that was a huge piece to the game.
Yeah, because like once he was out, we no longer had anyone that could contend with CMC. So things really got kind of dicey after that point. But I mean, other than that, I really don't have much negative to say about this deal because, like, watching the film back in its totality, like, I didn't really feel like this was. It might sound crazy, like this wasn't as bad a game as it looked like watching live.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be honest with you, it didn't look bad watching it live. To be honest with you, it just looked like because for a good bit of the game was 13-10.
Yeah.
Right. Like the game was 13-7, then it was 13-10. You know what I'm saying? And we failed to convert on a fourth down. They scored a touchdown off that failed conversion. That's the game. But like it was a nip and tuck game all the way through. The reason we went for that fourth down was because it was a low possession, high conversion type of game. Like as much as people want to rag on Zach Robinson in the offense, we converted at a pretty high rate. We punted 3 times. We only had 8 possessions the whole game. 9 if you count the one before halftime. Not before halftime. 9 if you count the there was like a dead possession in there. But really we had like 8 viable possessions.
So since you brought up Zach, let's go ahead and just shift gears to the offense. So execution was an issue. Silly penalties, blocking wasn't there. And in my opinion, some questionable play calling. So here's a stat, right? Penix was pressured on 34% of his dropbacks. For the first time in his career, he was 0-9 for passes where he was under pressure, and he got hit 11 times, sacked 2 times, and he was pressured altogether 11 times. Yeah, he missed all none of the passes. It's just not ideal. So why I brought up Zach was because on these plays, why do you not have any clear outs for your quarterback? Given San Francisco blitzed a lot more than they typically do, so they probably were shell-shocked and they were unprepared for that.
This is the second time we've kind of used it as an excuse, though. So, like, one, I agree with that point tremendously, right? One of our big call-outs for the Carolina game was that, Carolina confused us by breaking their tendency and bringing pressure from different sides, breaking their cover 4 tendency. All right, cool, right? But, like, yes, teams have tendencies. Once you catch on to what they're doing, it is on you to make an adjustment, right?
But the thing is, I don't know if Zach's good enough to do that yet.
Yeah, no, that's getting into the conversation.
Because like historically, Saleh does not blitz a lot. It felt like he was blitzing the hell out of us on Sunday night. Because Penix got sacked twice, but it felt like he got hit a lot more than that.
So I feel like a lot of those hits came on the last drive where it was kind of desperation, right? I think he picked up he picked up 4 hits. Like every drop back, he got hit on that one. It was a 4 and out. So you pick up 4 hits right there, right? I don't believe the blocking was great. Bijan had his first under 100-yard game in Lord knows how long. But for me, I feel like that was part of the problem, right? So
yeah, I was about to get to that point actually right there. Because with Zach Robinson, another issue why I had an issue with the play calling, questionable play calling. Why in a close game is your quarterback throwing the ball 38 times?
And your best player only touching the ball 19.
Like, there's no reason for you to be throwing the ball 38 times in a 3-point game for what it was collectively for the most part. Like,
Now up to so all right, so to be fair, right? 34 attempts because the last 4 didn't like I don't consider those last 4 pass attempts actual attempts, right? Um so like 34, right? Then like Kyle Pitts caught 7 of those. So that moves you down to 27. And then I think Bijan had 4 receptions or 5 receptions. It's for me, it wasn't necessarily the throwing the ball aspect. It was the fact that like this is one of Bijan's lowest usage games in a long time. The 19 touches was ridiculously low for me, right? Then on the flip side, CMC touched the ball 30 times. Their best player got the ball 30 times. Our best player got the ball 19 times.
So I mean that's never been what we've done though. That's never been what we've done though.
But Bijan has been averaging between 25 and 27 touches.
He hasn't had the ball over 25 times once.
Between catches and he just had over 25 in the
he did. He had 25 total. He hasn't had over 25 touches in a game yet.
That's what I'm saying. He had 25.
Yeah, you said 25 to 27. I'm saying he hasn't had over 25.
All right, cool. So he had 25 just in the Buffalo.
He averages about 20 to 25, so 19 is not too far off. I don't have the issue. I mean, I have an issue with that, but it's just like as close as that game was, there's no reason why you should phase out the running back.
Well, to me, just handing him the ball straight up and running wasn't getting it done, right? Like you
could throw short passes to him. I'm saying you could find ways to do it in the pass game. I'm just saying.
But they were trying to do that. Like just screen out the pitch. Go ahead.
No, I was saying because Drake London had 4 catches for 42 yards. And on that 4th down catch, right? That was technically a tendency breaker because we don't really run around on 4th downs like that. But the cornerback beat Drake to the spot.
And called out that he knew that play was coming.
Exactly. We need because this game kind of highlighted one of the issues I have with this team is in that we don't really because I need Mooney to either step up or we need a third guy to come in and actually beat man because we don't have a man beater. If
you know what I found from what I came away with this game from, and I think you'll somewhat agree with me. Like you'll have a difference, but I'm pretty sure you'll somewhat agree with me. It seems as though on the offensive end, I can delve a little deeper on it on the defensive end, but I've definitely noticed it on the offensive end. We are this is what we do. We're going to line up and beat you type of team rather than I think it was so refreshing a couple games ago when he started motioning and using people moving his chess pieces around because we hadn't seen that. This week, it looked very much like we're just going to line up and beat you. And when it didn't work, we didn't have a second pitch in the bag. That's what it looked like to me. It didn't look like the offense didn't look innovative or anything like that. But then again, is that execution or is that play calling, right? Mm-hmm. Is that not highlighting your best players or is that your best players not putting their best foot forward when it's, needed of them? I couldn't tell you, but I would say the offense looks stale. And just straight up, very rarely am I super critical when it comes to the team because I am a fan. But so this is about as critical as you're gonna get. Our offense is too good. We have too good of players to consistently score below 20 points. And 10 is just completely unacceptable. And whether that's play calling, players, execution, whatever it is, 10 is unacceptable. There's with a first round running back who may be one of the best players in the league, with a wide receiver who is at worst top 15, right? Mm-hmm. And then a tight end who is as physically gifted as we have, with a quarterback who is as physically gifted as we have, with the offensive line that is as highly rated as ours is, there is no reason to score 10 points. And we've had 2 outings this year of 0 and 10 points. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's with the firepower that we have on offense, that's not tenable.
So Carolina game, that's whatever. In this game, I'm a little more forgiving of it because, like, at the end of the day, this is a well-coached team, and it is a Robert Saleh-led defense. He has his name for a reason. Penix was in his 9th game, so it's like, I think at some point we have to reel in our expectations and realize he's still in the infancy of his NFL career.
Can we stay right there for a quick second? Can we just stay right there for a quick second? Put it in a box, that solid conversation, because I do want to get back to that. Let's talk about the fact that Penix is in his 9th start. So the national media, right? So Penix has been in primetime twice this season already, or 3 times this season, right? 2-1, as is pretty good record, right? Then if you look back to last year, he was in primetime. He was in primetime once last year, right? The Commanders game,
once,
right? Yeah, he was primetime Commanders game. So 2-2 in primetime, right? People see him on a national media in his 4 primetime games. The Vikings game, you can't necessarily say he played well. That was really a coming out party for the defense. The Commanders game, and they won. The Commanders game, they lost, but Penix played objectively one of his best games up until the Buffalo game. The Buffalo game played extremely well and won, but that was more of a Bijan coming out party. And then this last game, you didn't play well, right? That is their full totality of looking at Penix. The other 5 games has been mixed results, but he is in his 9th start. To hear people on a national scale consistently talk about the fact that we may have drafted a bust, or he doesn't have a high ceiling, or like trying to pull up advanced stats to show that he's negatively trending or whatnot. There's no way you're actually watching every snap of these games, because Penix is a huge breath of fresh air, first off, in terms of what he's been able to do and accomplish in this short sample size. And then 2, it is a short sample size. It is 9 games. Bo Nix started all of last season, has looked like dog water for a good part of this season. He scored 33 and a quarter. This is what you can do. 1, he has Sean Payton as his offensive play caller. That's 1. But then on the second piece of that, he has played like booty cheeks for a good bit of the season, right? And we'll talk about Jaden. Hey, 1 rookie of the year, awesome season. Jaden's hurt consistently this year. And I'm not gonna say it, but like, one of the things you talked about was his slim frame coming out, right? How dynamic he was, but the fact that he was super skinny, right? Caleb Williams had a great touchdown to interception ratio in the first year, lost 10 games in a row. Ain't nobody talking about he a bust. Now all of a sudden, Drake May is a great wide savior, looking like Josh Allen 2.0. Oh, he's the best one out the class or whatever. Michael Penix has had 9 starts.
Yeah.
And gotten better along the way.
Because the thing is, just like, you can say what you want to say about this Niners game. Was it a good game? Absolutely. Was it a horrible game? No. Like, he was middle of the pack. Like, he
had some bad moments. Like, I'll admit that intentional grounding at the end of the half, that was bad. That was bad, bro. Right? But like, I hate to keep invoking him because it looks like I'm just piling on at this point. But Bo Nix damn near ran out. The only reason he didn't run out the back of the end zone was because the dude held in the end zone and got a safety last week. You know what I'm saying? Like, he scored 33 and a quarter, but like, they were down 26-0 or 23-0. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was 26-8 in that game with like 6 minutes left. The Giants just had like a historic collapse. But like, Dallas ain't really got a defense. Everybody been eating them up all year. Jaden didn't even finish the game.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And like that's why, like, and it seems like I'm caping just because he the quarterback or whatever. If you listen to me for any sort in amount of time, I'm not super emotionally attached to any quarterback. Desmond Ridder was on here. I started this in Matt Ryan's last year. I consider Matt Ryan the best quarterback we've had, right? I started the podcast saying, yeah, he should probably retire. It's over for him. When we got Desmond Ridder, I called that man average the whole time he was here. Taylor Heineke, we didn't even comment on his quarterback play because, like, I'm like, hey, it is what it is. Kurt, I was excited when we got him. When it was time to sit him, it was time to sit him. Penix has showed in these starts that he's going to be a viable option at quarterback. And for me, from what I've seen and watching the film and looking at stuff, is that he's going to be a high-level quarterback if he continues on this trajectory. So, like, for people to consistently be like, oh, he's a bust or he's not showing anything or whatnot, because, like, oh, these guys pop in year 2. He hasn't even had 17 full starts.
Yeah, like, let him get a full season because the thing is, like, Drake May didn't look like his first 9 starts.
Yeah, exactly.
Drake May didn't look like Drake May that he is right now in the first 9 starts. Like, so it takes time. Let him live the game a little longer. Like, he has to live this NFL game more. His coordinator has to help him a little more too. His receivers can help him too. But, like, let him, like, find his rhythm. Like I think Penix will be just fine. But people's talking about, oh, we need to go back to Kirk Cousins. Cut it out.
He's good. Okay, yeah, we're good. Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Would you last hear? I don't know what you last heard.
You ended with Penix will be just fine.
Oh yeah, he'll be just fine. It's just
you ended with Penix will be just fine, but I didn't hear the piece before that.
No, he'll be just fine. It's like he's still in the infancy of his NFL career. Like, just give him time because, like, historically, quarterbacks take time to get. Like, it takes time. As long as you're seeing flashes and he's not making boneheaded mistakes, just let him rock. It's a slow growth. It's the hardest position in the game. Y'all want these people to hit it instantly when that's not realistic. Like, people are like, oh, he's 25.
So
cool. He ain't played no NFL football for real. He played college ball. Let him adjust to the NFL game and get his bearings, and then let's see. Because Matt Ryan, even as a rookie, Matt Ryan wasn't Matt Ryan. People, he threw a touchdown on his first pass, yes, but then the next game he was like under 100 yards. Rookie,
yeah,
young player and mistakes.
And not only did he have Michael the Burner Turner, we fed that mother over and over again, bro.
So Zach Robinson, I'm gonna need you to go look what Matt Ryan did and kind of copy that game plan and lean on your all-star, all-pro, MVP caliber back.
So I'll say it like this. Right? Penix through, let's say he's played half a season. So if you just double his career stats, he'll be at 500%. He'll be at 500 win rate, right? But, like, yards wise, he'll be at 4,400 yards, 16 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and 4 rushing touchdowns, which puts you at 20 and 12. Right? So 4,400 yards. No, I was saying 4,400 yards, 20 and 12. Yeah, 4,400 yards, 20 and 12. You know who had that season last year? Caleb Williams.
He didn't have 4,000 yards.
He didn't have 4,000 yards, but I'm saying the 20 touchdowns, 12 interceptions.
Yeah. No, Caleb was 20 and 6.
It's hard for me to think that, like, you see that and think that through 17 starts he wouldn't be a viable quarterback option. He's got what is it? I think he's almost got 1,300 yards through already through the season, through 6 games.
I think he has more than that because he's on a trajectory. No. Okay, this thing about the but yeah, I know when I looked at his trajectory up, he's on a trajectory of about just under 4,000 yards or right at 4,000, which is about what I predicted that he would be on. He's going to be fine. It's like
a 4,000-yard passer. He's at 4 touchdowns, 3 picks this year, right? So like, I expect honestly, if that ratio doesn't overly change throughout the season, I see him at what, 21, 22 touchdowns and maybe 14 picks.
Because he had one.
I just looked up. He's at 4-3.
He has 5 because he threw one Sunday. He threw 2 in the Bills game.
5 what? Picks or
touchdowns? He threw one. He threw in a week 1. Threw 2 versus the Bills, or is it 1 versus the Bills? No, he threw 2 versus the Commanders. Because one versus the Bucks, 2 versus the Commanders. I think another 1 versus the Bills. So that's what 4, and then 1 versus the Niners. That's 5.
2 versus the Commanders. Yeah. So it's 5-3. It's 5-3. Yeah. So it's 5-3.
Yeah, so he
that
got
completion
6 total,
percentage.
He had 6 total touchdowns.
Was tanking though.
That game was bad.
And he's got 1,400 yards. So,
yeah, but he's still on pace to be a 60% completion percentage passer, and that's a mark that I personally have for him this year. I just want him at least in the 62 to 64 range. If he can get that up and finish the season around 63, I'll be cool. That this will be a successful season, in my opinion. As long as he's just doing steady progression. That's all I want is steady progression. Because it's not about this year.
With his like release and mechanics, and I feel like it's like a Halliburton shot where it's like, don't touch it. He's worked on it. Like, just work on the timing and the receivers or whatever. Let his release, let his arm do what it needs to do, right? Like, there was a lot of people talking about, like, when they showed the golf swing type thing, we're talking about, oh, this is why, he struggles with accuracy, his release here, blah, 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 not being able to get torque and power around it. All right, cool, whatever. To me, I feel like his arm has more than enough strength. He can make all the throws he needs to make. Does he need to get behind a couple more throws and drive a little bit? Yes. I feel like he goes all arm a lot of times, but regardless,
he's a rotational thrower, so it's not all arm, it's all rotation. But what I want him to do is get his biggest issue with his footwork is inconsistent. Because there are too many times where he's completely square up with the line and it leads to inaccurate throws. It's almost like he throws better with someone in his face.
Because it forces him to kind of square up a little bit.
But that's not what you want.
Yeah. Because I'm not gonna lie, those hits late in the game, it looked like took his knee out, took his ankle out late in the game, and
it's a bone bruise. Because it's like Penix. He has that type of talent where he's gotten away with doing these things for so long, but I'm confident that because it's a growing thing. Because like you see at times where his feet and upper body are married together. That's what you want. You want your feet and body married together, and everything else is fine in terms of rotation. He has great rotation on his throwing motion. I just need his feet more involved. Because you keep that cuts down on the inaccuracies because. Yeah, I'm not no quarterback guru, but I know just enough. But even
And
after
his pace for yards is 39.87. So yeah, right up under 4,000 right now.
one good, I feel the good game's coming at some point. It could be versus Miami, but his breakout game is coming.
Before we go to Miami, I do want to get
I'm
back
not
to
going
that.
Miami. Yeah, I was still going. Yeah, but the breakout's coming for him. But even after this game, it's like I'm still optimistic about this team because through 7 weeks, we're 3-3, and that's about where I expected us to be, realistically.
I think when we did the what's it called? When we did the season preview, I'm pretty sure we were at 3-3 at this point in the season.
Yeah, so it's just like a lot of people are being overly dramatic on the internet. Oh, this team doing like, bro, what did you like? If you looked at the schedule and said we were 3-3, we're still on pace to get where we want to go. Just give it time and see it through. Because the thing is, yeah, we got Miami next, and then we got I forgot who's at the Miami, but I know we got the Colts not too far after that. That's our next circle game right there. We gotta show up. We gotta show up for Miami. We have to show up for Miami. But we got to show up for all these other games too. But I'm still optimistic about this team. The 49ers just had a better game plan that day.
And I agree with that. Getting back to Saleh on the defensive end, right? I feel like him and Kyle are so symbiotic in terms of how they call games together. And what I mean by that is it was very obvious that Kyle came into the game saying, I am going to shorten this game. You heard the broadcasters talk about it. Yeah. It was like, oh, that lightning fast first round or that lightning fast first half or whatever. It was like Atlanta, it's not about Penix beating us. It ain't about Bijan beating us. You're only going to have X amount of opportunities to beat us, right? Which is like, if you remember on the betting pod, when I think I gave a score of 24-17, and then you was like 31-24, 31-20 or something. And I was like, I just don't think there's going to be that many possessions, right? And, I said 24-17, and even I overshot it, right? Like it was very, very intentional to have a condensed game, not hiking the ball under 10 seconds, late motions, grinding it out, bunch of third down conversions. Each team only punted the ball 3 times, right? Like, and of course they had knees, but I think they had 9 viable possessions. We had 8. It was, it was a nip and tuck game all the way through, right? And it was almost like a forced perfection type of game, where it's like everything has to count. You can't have wasted possessions, can't have 3 and outs. It was just the way it was. And I think that type of game, the pressure increases every possession, right? Which allows a defense that is aggressive to force offenses into mistakes. And that's why I feel like very symbiotic, because as much as we want to talk about it, like Jimmy Lake was our defensive coordinator last year, and like Zach Robinson may have built a symbiotic relationship with how aggressive he's going to be on the offensive end with what the defense is going to do. Don't put me in a bad position, I won't put you in a bad position type situation, right? Well, you're learning this completely different with Ulbrich. And Ulbrich, in our eyes and most people's eyes, is piloting I'll say it, I'll flirt with it. It's piloting a great defense right now, right? But like, you haven't necessarily found on the offensive end what you need to do to help that offense out to its highest standard.
Yeah.
Right. And that's kind of why it's looking like this for the most part. I'll take it to another team, not to get too far into the weeds, but like, if you look at a team like the Bengals last year, right? People talked about how like historically their defense was just like absolutely terrible. A Bengals podcast I was listening to explained it perfectly, because I've been thought about it this way. Sometimes the Bengals score too quick, right? Like sometimes your defense just got dragged for 15 plays, right? And you want to go out there and you want to attack, and you throw a deep ball to Jamar Chase and you score in 3 plays, well, that same tired defense is right back out there.
Well,
do you not take that opportunity to score? Nah, you got to take the opportunity to score. But like on the play calling end, is it more feasible to run the ball a bit more, use screens a bit more, give your defense a little bit of a rest? You just got to kind of find what's symbiotic there.
See, the thing is, in that situation, I don't necessarily agree, simply because of the type of player they have in Jamar Chase, who can take a screen to the house at any given time.
True.
So it's like you might be thinking, okay, yeah, we're gonna dig a dunk, and then Jamar Chase breaks it. Like, oh,
well, that tired defense got to come right back on the field.
The man won the Triple Crown for a reason. Like, it wasn't all deep balls, because he's a complete receiver that's capable of scoring from anywhere on the field.
And but just conversely, that's the point I was trying to bring.
Yeah, I mean,
because the thing about it is,
with them, I think the Bengals defense was just bad.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, maybe you were calling a symbiotic game. He just is Jamar Chase. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we've had times where like we are giving a swing pass to Bijan, right? We're gonna matriculate down the field. He breaks it, 52 yards versus Tampa. Okay.
Well, so I understand your point, and it makes sense. However, fundamentally, I disagree with it, just because I don't think because most offensive coordinators you hear, every
play is a scoring play. Yeah, every play is a scoring play.
Yeah, so it's like they're not really thinking about the defense in terms of how they're game planning things.
But I think head coaches think that way, right?
The head coach might.
Head coaches definitely think that way, and your head coach being your play caller may lead to that symbiotic relationship, because Kyle is the play caller for that team, right? Understands that, like, hey, my defense Atlanta scored on a 13-play drive. The next time they touched the ball, it was 6 minutes left in the quarter.
Yeah, so like with Kyle, like the way they just ran the air out the ball, we should have attempted the same thing. McCaffrey had 24 touches. Bijan had 4. We had 24 carries. Bijan had 14. Like, McCaffrey had 11 more opportunities in this game, in a close game. Like,
and that 3rd and 13 was just such a backbreaker, bro. With 10
minutes on the field.
You needed to.
No, like that's one of the first times I ever seen like Raheem actually like get out of body.
And I think the reason for it is because he learned a lot from his first time in Tampa, right? He's a little more removed. He's definitely CEO, head coach, right? He's going to trust his, and you see this in corporate America a lot. I'm going to trust the people under me to do the job until you give me a reason not to trust you. And first off, I don't think that 10-man on the field mistake was a reason not to trust Ulbrich. But like, when on a big stage, your like lack of due diligence causes me embarrassment, like it's tough, because the first thing that you want to do, the natural reaction to that is I do it myself, right? But you still gotta instill the faith and the trust in them to like do their job. But that's one of those that hurts. On a 3rd and 13, 10 men on the field, you allow a seam route to their best player. Like, it's not a good look. It's not a good look.
But it's like we're still able to compete with these teams that we want to be mentioned with, because this was a close game. It was a
3-point game. This was a 3-point game until that 3rd.
On what should have been a penalty, but we're not even going to get into that.
Nah.
But yeah, like we're competing like with the teams that we want to be mentioned with. We're competing with them. We're not getting like, so I can't be upset with this. It's like, yes, I'm disappointed that we lost, but it's like this is still a game. It's like, okay, cool, because like I'm cool with this, because everyone's focused on, oh well, how we ain't scoring? They ain't got Fred and Nick Bosa. Well, they still got Robert Saleh, and he gonna figure some shit out.
Which leads us to the point that we're going to get into in the Miami game and why they would be a dangerous team. So the week was the week. It was a tough loss. I won't say it's a bad loss. I say it's a tough loss, but we're going to go ahead, turn the page, and get to what we plan on looking forward in Miami. So next week we face the Miami Dolphins, 1:00 kickoff. It's been a while since we had a 1:00 kickoff.
Almost a month, feel like.
Yeah, gotta
Bye
gotta
weekend
do.
and 2 primetime games. Finally, I get an early game again. Thank you.
Yeah, nah, man, I gotta wake up and go to the early service. I'm like, coming Sunday night, coming Saturday night off. But yeah, we'll be live right after the game. But the Dolphins had one of the most embarrassing outings I've ever seen. Right after Tua had comments that I've been very consistent on, I think should have got him benched.
I just say that this is a little peek into the betting pot. I told you.
Oh, 100%. 100%. If y'all not following the betting pods, please go. Only follow me for the props. On the props, I'm killing. I have got a beat on the Falcons props. For the games, the goal is to finish the season above 500 because it's just getting rough.
I'm doing all right though.
No, you're doing good. You're doing great. The kid ain't there right now. Hey, it's been tough this season, bro. And so the game I betted on was Miami +2, +2.5 versus the Browns. And this man, I gotta give him props. Told me straight up. He said, "What is the only unit of notice in this game?" I said, "Cleveland Brown defense." And he said, "That's where I'm going with it." And like in hindsight, that makes perfect sense because Miami's offense is terrible. Cleveland's offense is terrible. Miami's defense is terrible. Cleveland's defense is awesome. Miami special teams is terrible. Cleveland special teams is terrible. There's only one unit in that whole game that is above average, and I bet against them. It was stupid on my part. But ultimately, like, yeah, they had one of the it was such a lifeless performance, bro. It was I think that's the part that was hard for me, is that like it's very rare you turn on an NFL game, especially early in the season. It's week 7, especially early in the season, and see like I don't want to be here football. That usually if you see it in an NFL game, maybe week 14, 15, 16, 17, is it maybe, but usually guys are playing for contracts, guys are playing for the next year.
Like
in college, you see it. I'm not gonna lie. I love college football, but in college, like, you know, it's week 10, your Ohio University facing Ohio State. After Ohio scores that first touchdown, it's a lot of I don't want to be here football. It's a lot of
sure. But it's like because like Miami is rough. Because right now Mike McDaniel is all the making of a dead man walking. I'm just glad that Miami didn't bury him before we play.
I don't want the new coach bump.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that's what we were going to be talking about today, because how did you make it past Monday? How did you make it past Monday?
2 knees and a lot of spits.
Yeah, boy. You know what I'm saying? What did Cinderella say when she made it to the ball? You know what I'm saying? That joke is wildly inappropriate, and I'm not going to finish it while we're on air. But nah, that's there's no way. There's no way you watched that game and thought that anybody on this team wants to play for this coach, wants to play for this team, wants to play in this city. There's no way you believe in the scheme on the offensive or defensive end. This team is absolutely terrible.
Yeah, from the bottom up. And the thing is, I don't think McDaniels is a bad coach. I just think he needs to be a second-time head coach. He needs to go somewhere. You know, maybe this state, this you know, about 10. This town is about 10 hours north of where he's currently at. You know, go there for a little bit and rehabilitate his image, and you know, figure out the things and kind of stabilize himself before he goes back out to into the ventures.
Something that I will say, why the Patriots are always good, why the Chiefs defense is always decent. Spags failed as a head coach pretty miserably.
You can't say the Patriots are always good, because after they went on about 3 years suckfest.
Well, their offense while he's there has been good. McDaniels pilots a good offense. Like McDaniels pilots a good offense, but he's failed as a head coach, right? Yeah. And like some guys are just good as number 2s, bro. And there's no shame in that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
Fangio, Spagnuolo, what's the dude for the Browns? Start with an S.
I'm
He
thinking
was the
Payne
he was
Wilson.
the Lions head coach at a period of time.
Anyway.
Yeah. But he's another good defensive
Oh,
coordinator.
with the white hair. I know
Yeah,
exactly who you're talking about.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
can't
can't
remember
remember
his
his
name,
name
but
right
he was the Lions head coach for a period of time because he's known for his defense. Like those guys, it gets to a point where like, yeah, I ought to be a two. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, and sometimes that's what it is. That's who you are. And there's no shame in that.
But see, I need McDaniels to go sit down and figure out how to be a coordinator for it because it's difficult to go from not calling plays to calling plays while running a team.
Yes.
He took on way too much too fast.
But to his defense, it worked beautifully for a while on the offensive end. It worked tremendously for a while.
And then
Yeah.
they
And then
had the 50th pick in the draft last year, and now
went
they're
south.
1-6. Like it's rough.
And
But,
they've had a bunch of defensive injuries and exits over the past 2 years. But this
thing, it's not even injuries. It's just they just are not solving problems well.
Yeah, that's what I was about to get to. I was going this unit in itself and how it is functioning. So Dylan Gabriel still check down D.
That's all they got to do. Just don't fuck up and let the defense lose down. And lean on that
boy. My boy. You know his furthest air yard completion was like, I think it was 17 yards. And they beat him by 25 playing that way.
Hey, look, his passes plays are hands off to Judkins.
After the week we had stopping the run, or lack of stopping the run, I don't see Judkins running like that on us. That was.
But we don't got to worry about Judkins.
Why not? Oh, Judkins, I'm tripping. Tripping. That's the bounce. My fault.
Yeah.
I meant that flipped. I see Bijan getting off. I see Bijan getting off on this game.
This needs to this needs to be a get right game. But what I wrote down is, first of all, Miami stinks. Now that's out the way. Let's get into the nitty gritty. Don't play down to their level.
Exactly.
Handle your business and get back on track. That's all I need y'all to do. Don't play down to their level. They down in the dumps. Don't you be down in the dumps with them. Play them like they're somebody and dominate. That's all I need. Get. I think this can't. If they go out there with the right mental, this could be our most complete game of this year.
Well, so I actually had a different viewpoint. I don't think it's going to be a very complete game at all. I think this game is going to look a lot like the Vikings game.
No, because the thing is, the reason why I don't think it's going to look like that because they don't have the Vikings defense. They did that because it's probably not best to air the ball over versus Flores defense. Who on Miami you scared of?
It's not Miami I'm actually scared of because, to be honest with you, a bunch of no names in San Fran just kind of took us to the shed because they broke tennis.
Who does Miami got?
Yeah, that's okay. That's a difference, right?
We're talking about Saleh and Flores. Who Miami got?
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know Miami's defensive coordinator.
It's Weaver. He's from the Ravens, but the defense been burned because they don't got bodies. It's like, I get what you're saying, but it's like this is setting up to be. I'm not gonna get ahead of myself because, like I said, if they got the right mental, this has the opportunity to be one of their most complete offensive games to where Bijan like the Panthers game week 18 last year. That type of performance where except the defense actually shows up.
Yeah, defense did not show. That was Bryce Young's seminal moment of the season.
Yeah, so I can see something like that where Bijan go off, Drake London get some. I don't know if Miami's still playing heavy man like they was back then, but hey, Pitts get in on this action too.
I mean, I love the fact Pitts got involved. Two of them were basically dead screens, but like 5 receptions for almost 40 yards. That was a great game.
I think he had 70, didn't he? Or 60? Yeah, 60 yards.
60 yards. It was 7 for 60. So it would have been 5 for like, I think it was 7 for 62. So it would have been like 5 for 64 or 65 if he didn't have the 2 dead screens.
Yeah.
Right? Like that was
one
amazing.
Of them was fine, the other one, like, yeah, but hey, he did all right. Yeah, but like Miami isn't it, I don't really have no prediction. I just expect the offense to look much better. I expect Penix to have a bounce back game. So Penix ain't had back to back bad games. Even though this wasn't a bad game,
I was about to say I don't technically view this as a bad game.
It wasn't a bad game, it was a down game. You can have a down game and not be bad. So
because he threw for against the Bills.
But he had
against the Bills, it was 250 and a touchdown. Against the Niners, it was 241 and a touchdown, right? Like you just had
a lot more attempts. He had like 12 more attempts.
Completion percentage was way down.
Yeah. So like I want to get them attempts back down, get the completion percentage back up, and just put together a complete game. Like get Bijan the ball, get Algier the ball, get Pitts involved, get Drake the ball, get Mooney the ball. But like the way this season's playing out, I'm not sure if Mooney's going to be here next year, to be honest. But
speaking of guys who aren't here,
yeah, but that's a topic for another situation. You want to talk about this now? You want to wait till after we go off the division?
Oh, we can talk about it now because it is going to affect us next week, right? So,
well, I don't think it's really going to affect. I personally don't think it's going to affect anything. But yeah, if y'all did not know, the Falcons have officially released Ray McCloud
with no information as to what actually happened.
Man, we're probably never going to know. We'll never know from Raheem. We'll probably get like an inkling, probably a few weeks or a month from now, whatever it may be.
Do you think he gets signed to another team?
It depends. It depends on the reason why he got cut. If he don't get signed, then that might scream like, "Oh, well, what did he do?" But so with them doing that, we did not make any concurrent moves to the actual roster. We did something we did some practice squad stuff, but we didn't bring anyone in to replace his actual spot. So what does that entail? Like, do we go get like a Tyler Lockett, who's now a free agent? Add a veteran presence to with good hands. That's got a good resume on him, or do we swing a trade for someone before the deadline?
Do you feel like? I feel like Tyler Lockett is a good veteran presence, but when it comes to his actual play on the field, in my mind, it may be, I probably need to watch a bit more film, but in my mind, he operates a lot like Drake in terms of slot, middle of the field, possession type of receiver. There was a time in his game where he was like a deep threat, but I haven't seen that part of his game.
He's not a deep threat. We just need people that's going to catch the ball and run the right route.
Yeah, true.
That's the only thing. I'm just concerned about getting guys that's going to just be where they're supposed to be.
I feel like signing him forces Drake back to the outside, and I feel like they've made a concerted effort to keep Drake in the slot over the past couple games.
I don't think it forces him anywhere. I just think it allows you, because like you can still be creative in what you do. But I mean, because the thing is like the receivers that I'm seeing mentioned what's his name, Jacoby Myers. He's also a slot receiver.
Mm-hmm.
So because Drake's capable of playing outside, of
course 100%. Like I'm not saying like
because the thing is you can still use a bunch of motion guy. But it's like, I mean, whatever we're gonna find is cool, but like, and this is off season talk, but I really need us to bring a receiver in with juice.
Yeah, it's obvious that's what this offense is missing. Mooney had points in the San Francisco game, but like watching, I think tape is one of the best ways to watch a game, because like when you're just watching the TV game, you're really invested in like.
There's so much going on.
Yeah, you're invested in like the ebb and flow of the game. You're focused on time, situation, score. You're rooting for your team or whatever. When you already know the outcome, right? And you're just looking like individually, you start to see things, and you start to see Mooney's lack of separation at times, right? Like
it's like when you're watching the game, you're reacting. When you're watching the film, you're looking for answers.
Yeah, I think he still has his deep threat capabilities. Those deep comebacks, and Penix got the arm to do it. That's his bread and butter. And I think as long as he can run that route, he's got a spot in the offense. You know what I'm saying? Like deep comebacks and back shoulder phase. Like that's him. But for somebody who is more complete, put him on the outside or on the opposite side of Drake, I think it's necessary. It's needed. Especially if you're not going to feature Kyle Pitts in a really high way, right? Yeah. So like Mooney makes a lot of sense keeping him or a receiver like him if Kyle Pitts becomes your 1B type of receiver, right? So like 1A, 1B type of receiver.
I mean, because the thing is, like, you don't need, like, because I think ideally for me, I would like to, keep Drake probably at Mooney's number. I'll probably be willing to move off of him, maybe try to trade him. If not, just go ahead, just cut him or see if take a pay cut. If not, then hey, Mooney's been real. I know hard feelings is all business. But I would like to go get like a more physical type receiver, like give me like I'm not saying AJ Brown specifically, but someone in that mold, like someone that could, that's strong, that could actually play the X, that's not limited to run the outside, but it still has enough juice to actually scare you deep. Like there's just
too many of them are on the market. Right,
well, see, this particular is not a free, not an on the market guy. This is an all season guy. I'm talking about like a Christian Bell from Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all can handle it. So you're real familiar with him, ain't you?
Yeah, you know what? This ain't even a pod for that. And you real life low for it. So for y'all, if you've listened to me for any point in time, y'all know I'm a Hurricane fan, bro. On a Friday night, bro. Isn't it Louisville went belt that, and then he scored 2 touchdowns late.
But you see, he caught that slant and
got up on out of there, bro. Like big body.
Like, we need something like that.
Yeah. And Miami secondary had been pretty highly ranked and really a no-fly zone for a little bit.
I also remind the receiver on Miami either, though, because like he's a Penix fan. So I mean, hey,
who, number 7?
Yeah. So I wouldn't mind him either, but
he's not dominant on the outside like that, though.
He don't need to be down on the outside. Just be good at the role.
That's it. He's got speed, but like we're getting off.
That's why I said we'll leave that in the off season. So, but yeah, pretty much Miami. What's your score prediction?
So my score prediction for Miami, I do think there's going to be much more possessions, but I think it's going to be because of 3 and outs. I think we'll have more than 3 punts in this game. I'm thinking we're going to be around 11, 12 possessions. I see us scoring on at least 5 of those. So I got us at 27. Miami, I think, is terrible. I think Miami is going to score 14 points at max this game. So I'm 27-14.
I'm going 31-14.
It seems like we on the same page for the most part.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get 4 touchdowns. I think Penix has a breakout game. Bijan gonna get 1 touchdown rushing, 1 receiving. Pitts getting a touchdown, and maybe Mooney get a touchdown, and Drake just gonna have to just rack up yards this week. But Penix having a 3 touchdown week. I'm calling it. You heard it here first.
Heard it here first, y'all. All right, so let's go ahead and get to in division. I don't see no ATL, so this will be our last segment. We'll go ahead and wrap it up. So in division, 3 of the 4 teams in the division lost. Right. So obviously we lost versus the 49ers on Sunday night. Tampa lost on Monday night versus Detroit in pretty beat down and stashing.
And they potentially lost Mike Evans for the year. They're talking about he could come back for the last few games.
And it's his contract year as well. Just a quick note. We ain't got to go back and forth for too long. Hall of Famer?
Yes.
I think so. I think so. Maybe not first ballot, but I think a Hall of Famer.
The thing is just like outside of this year, Mike Evans was like death, taxes, and he's gonna get that 1,000 yards.
Yeah, like it's hard to stop.
So like that consistency, even though he barely get the 1,000 yards, he got that 1,000
every time, and that's more than you could say for a lot of guys, right?
Because like just a small little venture. It's like when I see this joke on the internet when people want to be like, I mean, he said he was 6 figures, but he only got like 100,000.
That's 6 figures.
Is it 6 figures or is it 6 figures? Like, would it be?
That's 6 figures, bro. So like,
so 1,000, like, hey.
So I do think he's a Hall of Famer. It's his contract year. Pretty sure he broke his collarbone. Yeah, that's probably it for him.
I wouldn't mind him playing outside next to Drake. You know,
I don't, bro. I cannot see him coming to a. If anything, I think he would just retire. To be honest,
I mean, he could, but hey, Devontae Freeman went to the Saints. I mean, so did Desmond Trufant. So did Curtis Lofton. I mean, you know, just saying.
You can go in division. You can play around a little bit.
Hey, look, you go with who pays you.
That's facts. Joe Horn played for us for a little bit, so like it is what it is.
Oh, who pays
you? His son JC was on the only team that won this week, Carolina versus the Jets, who are just absolutely pathetic.
He had a good game, but on the internet, these people hyped up that second interception because he got lucky for the first interception. He was fried. The ball was late and underthrown, and he got a pick off it. People like, oh, that's how you play cornerback. Get cooked?
Yeah, get cooked and get lucky. That is how you play cornerback, bro. That's exactly how you play cornerback.
I had trapped the whole time.
Yeah, get cooked and get lucky. That's exactly how you play cornerback.
Okay, brother.
If you look at Carolina, how they played New York, Justin Fields he's not a tenable solution at quarterback. Like it's just you can't roll him out week after week. It's getting to a point to where it was like us with Ritter, right? Where it was just like, hey, this isn't viable. Like this isn't something you can't expect people to pay money and watch this. You know what I'm saying?
The boy got sacked 9 times.
Oh, and this is after being sacked. What was it, 7 versus the Broncos?
Yeah, but the Broncos, yeah.
Yeah.
He holds the ball too long. That's always been an issue of his because he doesn't see the field well. He's not a good.
And then Aaron Glenn's comments. I promise we're not gonna get too far. Aaron Glenn's comments was damn near blasphemy, dog. He's talking about, Burrow holds the ball, Lamar holds the ball. First off, holding the ball in service of making a big play makes absolute sense. But you know what both of those guys can do? They can read the damn field. They're holding the ball to make a play. Fields is holding the ball because he's afraid to let it go.
No, I don't think he's afraid to let it go. He's holding the ball, hoping because the thing is, Fields has to see it open before he throws it instead of just throwing it open.
Bro, he's watching it be open and he's not throwing it.
He's just like, okay, you coming? Come on, just show me you open, man. Come on, man. I know you're gonna be there, but show me.
No, they showed it on the broadcast. He hiked the ball. He stared at the dude in the flat, wide open, and just did not throw it. Got sacked from the back.
See, the thing is, the only thing I don't like about when they show those things is you can see that he's looking at it, but you don't know what he's actually looking at.
All right.
That's the only thing.
We shoot him a little bell.
Yeah, I shoot him a little bell because you don't know what he's actually looking at because, like, he could be attempting to look somebody else. Like, okay, I'm gonna look here. Oh, yeah, come on down so I can throw up here. Come on, man, take the bait. It ain't working.
Like Mahomes said, it should never work.
That
was fun. I like that. But going back to it, bro. Like Fields it's untenable. Tyrod Taylor does not get the fan base excited at all. Honestly, I thought they were in the market for a quarterback this last draft, but
they will be this. Well, when they signed Fields to that $40 million, I knew they weren't drafting the quarterback.
It was like, all right, cool.
They're gonna try to give him a chance, and they gave him a chance. But I think the only reason they took that chance because Aaron Glenn had some assurances that he would not be let go.
He's got security. He's got security.
He's like, just let me. He's like, hey, just don't have me go doing stuff, and, because I don't like the quarterbacks in this draft. So
yeah, and I think you're going to do what you see works, right?
Yeah.
You took a kind of disrespected, much maligned quarterback, built the team around him, or you saw like a much maligned quarterback, built the season, turn him into a winner, right? You're thinking you could react like we're not going to act like Fields ain't got talent. You know what I'm saying? He has talent. So you're thinking, okay, we can take somebody.
He has something, but the difference in the situation is before Goff got to Detroit, at the point he was in the MVP talks. He played in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Fields has not been. Fields been in. Is he a starter?
Yeah. Fields is like maybe he's at best he's the spot starter. You don't want him being
at best if everything's going right. Yeah. If everything's going right.
Like maybe you bring him in for like some wildcat packages, like some tush push stuff or something like that. But as a starter,
that's what the Steelers had in him last year, right? He started 4 games, changed him to Russ, brought him in on packages. That's the career you're gonna have, bro. Because and first off, I'm a black man. That's straight up first off and foremost. So yes, it's gonna color my commentary on pretty much anything.
I want to see all black quarterbacks win. I'm not gonna hide from it.
That's part of it. But
Fields is bad.
Yeah, but also because of that, I struggle saying things that could be perceived as falling into the black stereotype trope when it comes to quarterbacks, like insinuating things about their intelligence. But it is plain and simple that he cannot read NFL defenses. He cannot read and execute the field. Right. And so I don't want to make that a racial thing. That is literally just
it's just him. Yeah, that's the him thing. Yeah. Because we have plenty that can. Because I think Justin Fields, I mean, he might bulk out the idea, but I'm like, bro, if you really want to play and not be a backup, you might need to look into a position change.
Go to running back, go to wide receiver. But keep it a buck, people been telling him that since Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, because look, it worked out for Terrell Pryor. Terrell Pryor had a nice little stint when he switched over to receiver.
He had 4 more years in the league. Changing
in
the
a Pro Bowl, he was cooking. Fields, that could be you. It ain't too late. You have the athleticism to do it. And from quarterback to receiver seems to be a pretty easy transition because
you understand the field.
You understand. You can't see the field, but you understand it.
You understand the field.
In theory.
Yeah. So. But
and he's a big quarterback because I think people don't really Fields is 6'3", 230.
Yeah, Fields is a big boy. So he would need to cut some weight to go to wide out, to be honest with you. 230 is a lot.
Bro, the way he moves, he'll be fine. Drake, Julio was 230. It didn't matter.
Julio was 230?
Yes.
Damn.
Calvin Johnson was 240.
Yeah, Calvin Johnson was also 6'6", wasn't he?
6'5", 240. Justin Fields is 6'3". He could be 230. He still run. They still can't catch him when he take off.
That's true. He got some speed on him.
Because there's no real bit. Because if anything, you would want to keep that weight. You don't want to lose weight if you're going across the middle and expose even more yourself. But yeah, that's all. We done. Look, this finish the division. Yeah, so
left.
So yeah,
and then
Bucs
the Saints lost. Saints lost.
Bucs lost to the Lions 24-9. Panthers beat the Jets 13-6. Obviously, we lost 20-10. Saints lost 26-14. Next game, we got Bucs and the Saints. We got some interdivision games coming up. Well, one game between the Saints and the Bucs. The Panthers play the Bills, and obviously we go to Miami. At worst, I feel like 2 teams is losing, hopefully. Because, Buffalo's coming off a bye week, so I'm assuming they're going to be pissed off because they done dropped 2 out. I'd be surprised if they lost a 3rd straight.
Mm-hmm. In fact, they haven't lost 3 straight with Josh Allen since like his second year.
Yeah, so
like
I'm looking at the good thing about this divisional game. Somebody got to lose or tie.
Yeah, so to be honest with you, I'm thinking the Saints are probably going to lose that one, right? That maybe pushes us a little further away from the Bucks. But if they pull that one out because weird stuff happens in divisional games, that would be lovely, right? The Bucks are down to
5-3.
5-3.
And the Panthers will be 4-4, and then if we can get the 4-3, this division starts to look a whole lot better.
Yeah. We need Tampa to keep losing, and we got to keep winning. We got to do our job versus Miami first and foremost, right? We fell into this at the end of last year. Well, the end of the last 2 years, where we're focused on what everybody else got to do, and then we don't handle the business. We got
to handle our business and not worry about anything. They got to put themselves. It starts now. Put yourself in a position to where you don't need help later.
Yes, absolutely. Because we've been doing this for 2 years together. Every year at the end of this, we're talking about who needs to lose and what needs to happen for us to have a chance.
I don't want to have that talk. I just want to talk about, all right, well, if we win this, we clinch. Great. I don't want to talk about if this team loses and then this team ties and then this team trips down the stairs, do we make the playoffs?
Yeah. Nah, it's not a way we need to live.
I don't want to do that. Just make it make. I understand it's not going to be easy, but I think if we can, I still see a path to 10, maybe 11 wins. 10 is probably the more realistic number at this point. But
the way the Bucks look, notwithstanding last night, I don't think 10 is going to get the division. But
no, I just need the wild card because
that was what I was about to say. The way the league, the NFC looks as a whole, 10 will get you in.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, and I might be isolated on this ideology, but I always hated the just win the division. I'm like, that's cool, but just ain't win as many games as you can, and then figure it out later. Don't, because I feel like you're minimizing yourself. Like, okay, we just want to win the division. No, win as many games as you can. Because if your division sucks, okay, well we won the division. Yeah, we're 9-7. We won the division. Ew.
Yeah. You're not a viable option in the playoffs. You're not a viable option in the playoffs.
Because I hate that. Like I hate that. Oh, let's win the division. No, win as many games as you can. You win the division. You win the division. But the main goal is to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, but you have seen that winning a crappy division and getting that home game has propelled some teams to win.
No, it absolutely has. But I'm saying, but we're not in a position where we could be choosers. Beggars can't be choosers.
This is true, and I don't see us. To be honest with you, the Bucks look like a 12-13 win team.
Yeah, like just get in. Just win enough games to get in. Handle business. And if at the end of the season we in first place, cool. If we're not, cool, because we still make the playoffs. That's all I care about.
Because it looks like so far, 2 teams coming out the West. Looks like 2 teams coming out the North. Right?
And I believe we got to play these West teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Yep, because we got them. Yeah, because we just played 9. We got the card. Yeah, so and Seattle look good.
Seattle look damn good, bro.
So like, time to strap up. But
like Rico Dowd say.
Yeah, but that's all I got for tonight, man.
I appreciate y'all. Hey, look, we're getting into the meat of the season. Them 30, 45-minute episodes is. I'm not gonna happen. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna disrespect y'all and y'all time. If y'all sit down, put us on 1.5 speed, because you're gonna be here for a minute, bro. Is you know what I'm saying? If you want 45 minutes, put us on 1.5 speed. All right. We got a lot to say. And the season's rolling, the season's good. And guess what? You'll hear even more of us later today, before the game. If you're listening to this tomorrow, before the game drops. I'll do a season preview for the Hawks. I'm pretty sure that's going to be just me, right? And then after every game, I go live, right? Sometimes Taj will be there, sometimes not. But season opener tomorrow for the Hawks. Tune in right after the game. Hopefully we're talking about a Hawks win as well.
That'd be lovely.
I appreciate y'all guys. Follow us on all social at BOAF Media. Hit that bell, like and subscribe Subscribe to the YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on X, TikTok, all places at BOAF Media. It's been your boy Q City.
Your boy Todd Bravado.
And we out.
Peace.